Okay, welcome back. We are now moving on to translation, which is the follow-up to what we had done previously, which is transcription. So translation is, we have our matured mRNA sequence, which can now leave the nucleus, and it now is looking for subunits or parts of ribosome subunits in which to complete this process of translation. So what we have here is a small subunit of ribosome, which is where our matured mRNA is going to, it's what our mRNA is looking for to begin the process of translation. So the whole step of looking for the small subunit is what is going to be considered initiation in translation. And then initiation is going to also begin with the AUG codon, and the small subunit is going to read this. It's going to read our mRNA looking for the start codon, which is AUG, and then our anticodon to AUG, which is UAC, is going to match that. And this is when our large subunit comes in and of our ribosome, and this is going to be elongation. This is when elongation is going to begin. And what comes with our anticodon is going to be an amino acid which codes for our mRNA. So the amino acid that codes for AUG is going to be methionine, and this is going to be attached to the tRNA. Once these two have attached, which is what the A stands for, is where they attach, they're going to move to the P, which can stand for the polypeptide chain, which is going to be made in the process of translation. Once these move to P, the next sequence in the elongation process is going to come in at the A, and so the anticodon for the next sequence is also going to come in with its amino acid. But going back to P, we are going to, the amino acid that coded for AUG is going to break off and begin to form what is called a polypeptide chain, which is a chain of amino acids. Now, once that happens, AUG and its anticodon are going to go to the E, and the next codon is going to be able to move into the P spot with its anticodon and amino acid. Now, once AUG gets to the E, it's going to exit the subunit, and the next codon can come in once the codon after AUG moves into the P. So, get here, our codons all get lined up with their anticodons and the amino acids, and so our next codon has fallen into the P position, and the amino acid is going to break off, and it's going to attach to the previous methionine, which came from the AUG, and the bond that is formed between these two amino acids is going to be a polypeptide bond. So once this happens, the amino acid is broken off, it's going to go to the E, everything is shifting over to the next position. These two have gotten to the E, so they're going to exit, and so we're here, and this is going to detach from its anticodon, and it's going to form a polypeptide bond with the continuing chain of amino acids. This is going to get to the E, and it's going to exit, and then we're going to have a stop codon, and this codon, it doesn't code for an amino acid. It just tells us that, hey, the process of translation is done, and this can be considered termination in the sequence of translation. So it's going to get to the A, it's going to read it, and UAG is our codon for stop. So it's going to get to the P. It's going to tell our subunits, hey, the translation process is over. So there's no more processing or no more translation. This is going to get to the E and exit, and then we have our fully formed polypeptide chain, which is also just amino acids, and this can be used to code for many different things.